podcast. My next guest, I've known Nadia for so long. We met in Los Angeles, hung out in Malibu, Pacific Palisades. Thank you so much, Nods, for coming by.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely.
Of course. So we have wild times. We've met, we've partied, we hung out with rock stars, we've dated them and athletes. We hung out at this huge compound in Malibu. You let me move into your place in Pacific Palisades. It's now burnt down to the crisp that I interviewed Ron Jeremy in. Do you remember how we first met?
Okay, so
I don't, because we always were drinking.
All right. Yeah, correct. But was it through Mel and Adair from 2 Cents, right? Wasn't that?
Okay, yeah, because right. I was dating Jason from
Mel. Right.
Yeah. Mel, Jason from 2 Cents, and you were dating his best friend Adair. So did
Adair.
Because we were dating best friends in a rock band. Is that how we met? That's so hot.
I think that's how we met. But that was in Malibu. But then how did you end up living in my place in the Palisades? That's what I'm a little confused at.
Because I was in Santa Monica for a year, but then I moved to Hollywood. I moved to West LA and then Hollywood. And then I lied and said I didn't have dogs. And I did. And they found out I had dogs and I got kicked out. So I put my chihuahuas to my grandpa. And I just remember I drove home and I gave my chihuahuas to my grandpa. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got kicked out in the lease. And you were like, come stay with me. And I was like, okay, heck yes, I'm in. And I like lived on your couch, which is hilarious.
With Louie, with my cat Louie. Yeah, it was the sweetest kitty ever. Oh my God, wait, do you remember that one time?
Wait, remind me, because there's so many times.
Well, when Louie was like massaging you and you were like, this is a little weird.
He was like making muffins down by my foot.
On your vagina, and you're like, I shouldn't be like liking this.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I mean, I've been with women, but I shouldn't be with a pussy that's not mine. Yeah, in your place.
A pussy cat.
Yeah. So, and then my best friend Scott totally loved you, that I grew up with too, and we all became friends. And then
he's living there too.
Yes. Everyone moved in with you. And then the girl that I went to college with, Leslie, we don't talk about her, but then you had a good friend, Amar, that like had 20 people living in his place with elevators and had a compound and people.
Okay. Right. So with Amar, his dad's a prominent Maharaja, and his followers built him that house. And okay, so there's like 20 people, like a staff that are there. Remember whenever we would like park our cars, there's a staff parking lot, and like Amar would have to pick us up with like one of those golf carts to get to the main entrance.
Remember, they would check
two security gates to even get into. 2 security gates. Do you remember that?
That was what I loved it. I was just like, I've hung out in mansions, right? I dated the creator of Girls Gone Wild for a while and Todd Phillips. I've hung out in giant mansions. I have never seen.
We can get into that later.
Yeah, like I fucked a lot of people with money. This was like fuck you money. This was like millions and multi-millions of dollars.
Insane, like helicopter landing pad, tennis courts. A spa, which we had in Vegas, so we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But and I got lost one night. I got drunk and like I left the movie theater, and I remember I was trying to go to the kitchen to have them cook me something, and I got.
Didn't you get lost in the spa? Didn't you get lost in the spa?
I think I did. I was so fucked up on several things, but
we all were. Oh my God, no, because it was
how nobody died.
Listen, do you remember how like whatever he needed, he just had like that room service phone call, but instead of having room service at a hotel, it's actually at your fucking house. Like it's and to have and also, oh my God, the game room. Oh my God, the
game room was so tight. I remember being on top of the pool table sometimes and just getting wild, lots of hooking up. I brought Black Veil Brides Jake to the compound one time, and then one time
who? Wait, what?
So the lead guitarist of Black Veil Brides, Jake, we were kind of dating. So I brought him to Amar's.
You there?
Yeah, and he partied and had a blast. He posted all over his MySpace because like MySpace was a thing at the time that he was at this compound, and Then Amar went on vacation and said, hey, do you want to stay at my place for 2 weeks? And I was like, hell yeah. So then I'm just there by himself in his room using his landline to order food. It was so
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so get this. So he has another house in Miami.
Ooh,
Now,
we
no,
gotta go. I want to go.
yes, can we? And so the staff actually flies out with them. And Amar had to leave back to LA the next day. And the staff, and he had to go catch his flight. The staff couldn't leave until I left his Miami house. And the staff was like, hey, would you like some scrambled eggs and stuff like that? I was like, and this is in Miami. This is his house in Miami, which is just as nice. I mean,
Really cool.
but it's on like a marina. Like oh man, I forgot the area. I want to say Star Island, but it's
What am I
not
doing?
Star
I need to
Island.
marry Amar. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Why am I not married
Well,
to
he was
him?
asking about you last night.
Okay,
So
we need a shotgun
yeah.
wedding or
Oh
something.
my God.
Why not? Does he want to be a stepdaddy? I'm in.
But it would be very, very amazing if that would happen.
You're got to be the maid of honor
Because
if that
you're,
happens.
yeah, I don't want to say anything, but yeah, set for life, basically. But
Yeah.
yeah, oh my God.
You just be
Oh my
taken
God.
care of. God.
I
Okay.
remember, so I remember that, so the staff couldn't leave until I left. Amar had left, so I'm the only person in this house in Miami, the house in Miami, not Malibu, Miami. Just as like nice, you know? And
Yeah.
they're like, hey, you want some scribbles? I was like, you guys have to fly back out to LA. I'm not gonna keep you here to make me scrambled eggs. Like, please go. Like, they were like, okay. And then they took all of my luggage out and I went on my way. I was like, this
That's
is
good. They
so
must trust the staff so
insane.
much that they fly them out and move the staff. Because normally I feel like someone would get a staff in Florida and a
Correct.
staff in California,
Correct.
but
And like they already had left, remember? Like they had left, like his, yeah. I think it maybe
and
it was
just
like
Googling the internet later on, I didn't know till more recently that there is some people that are kind of against them. They're kind of a hot topic, or there's some people
they
out to get them. So I get trusting the people in their house to stay with them. And I don't know why they seem like a great religious kind
no,
of group
they're
of
but
people.
the thing is that they're not that religious. Like they're like his father is just like basically like an inspirational speaker, honestly. And like
Yeah.
people follow him around the world and I actually got to meet him for like 5 minutes. I mean, as many times as we stood there.
Yeah.
I had the luxury of like meeting him for like 5 minutes and the personal chef too. Remember, they have a personal chef. So anything that you and I like wanted, we would just, hey, chips, salsa, or quesadillas, like whatever, and they would just bring it back down.
It
And
was so nice of them to let all of us hang out there, stay overnight for a long time, eat
I
their
don't think they
food.
even knew that we were there, though, Steph. Come on, like honestly, like it's like there's a staff parking lot, and then there is like another parking. Or like the god damn the garage with like the 25 cars. Like
Cars, like in all
so
nice prime cars. It was insane. It was a good time. I know I hooked up with Amar a little bit. Then I hooked up with Black Veil Bride's guitarist. I remember on the tennis courts, and one of the security guards stopped us while we're having doggy on the
shut
tennis courts
shut
and
the
was
fuck
like,
up.
hey, just letting you know there's cameras everywhere. You guys should probably be in a room. Wasn't like mad at us, just was like, you probably shouldn't be on the tennis courts. And I was just like,
Wait,
okay.
where the fuck was I when this happened? Was
I
I
think
with
you were
you that
there.
time?
I think Scott was definitely there because he like moved
Then
in to
yeah,
Amar.
I know. And the funny thing is like I introduced you guys all to him, and remember Shaban,
Yeah.
my crush back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, that's funny. We went from broke rock stars to like loaded guys. We at least we
Yeah,
upgraded a little bit. I go back and
a
forth though.
little bit. I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
too.
I like him broke. And then like I love you. We just hung out in DC. That was so awesome that I flew back. My best friend just had a
Oh,
baby. So I got to at least see you for a little bit before I had to fly back, which was the roughest flight of my life. Ugh, turbulence
Really,
sucks.
was it?
Yeah, it was like not, and then the India Air went down like 2 days after, and I was having a
Right,
flight like this, and I was like,
right. But at least it wasn't through DCA. I mean, you flew to DCA, and like DCA just had that plane crash too. So
yeah,
that is,
Jules,
we were like, what the fuck? Because it's right there. We're like,
yeah.
what the fuck just happened? And it was just like,
There's been too
so
many aviation issues lately, and I don't
100%.
like. But
Well,
we're
there's a shortage in air traffic controllers, so and it's also a really stressful job. And I mean, I think they get paid pretty well, but a lot of people just don't want to have the stress of it anymore. That's my personal opinion,
yeah.
actually.
And
And then all that
speaking of
other
plane
shit.
stuff, I want to go into our Vegas trip that got wild because the plane flight, we
Oh
ended up
shit.
jumping off the plane at the end. But let's start with the beginning. So, okay,
Oh my
I have
God. Okay,
the
oh shit.
best memories with you. So, your friend was a personal assistant for a very loaded guy that was
Very
like,
loaded guy.
yeah, here,
And
you want to give me the
yeah.
details.
So Chad, my friend Chad, he started Malibu delivery service, which was my idea, although he executed it.
You had it first.
And then after all these clients, like, because it's Malibu, so like you're like Pink was one of the, Pink was he said Pink was the coolest chick ever, and like tipped him really well, like it was super dope. And then there's this guy, Marv. Oh my God, his name's Marv. I totally forgot
Okay.
what his name
I
was.
forgot
Marv.
what his name was too. And he gave us like this trip that was maybe half a
So
million.
no. So Steph and I, so randomly, Chad's like, he just like wants to have like female like attention, even though he's like married or whatever. And we're like, we don't want him, but hey, free meal moon shadows, why not? Then Steph and I
Yeah.
are at Moon Shadows, and then he's like, just like toying around, like, hey, let's just go to Vegas, and we're like,
That's how we were at
okay,
Moon
we,
Shadows, and he was like, "You want to go to
yeah,
Vegas?"
yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I
Do you
miss
remember
not
that?
having animals
And
and
then
kids. Like,
and then we live so close to Moon Shadows, and then the next thing I know, you and I are in my apartment, and we're just packing our shit to go to Vegas. Because he's like, you guys want to go to Vegas? This is at Moonshots before we even got the check.
I love it. I love it.
And then, like, what? Like, and then the next thing we know, we're on the next flight to fucking Vegas with this
Right
guy
away.
who we don't even like
We don't know, but we're
know.
together. I
Yeah.
would say because I'm
But
with
we're
you,
together.
I
Right,
felt
right,
safe.
right. I
Yeah,
remember I got so drunk. I don't remember even getting off that flight.
I
I
got
remember
drunk
you guys.
too.
No, but you remember a lot more than I did, because I remember when we landed, you told I remember there was a limo that picked us up, right? A
Yeah.
limo. And 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 then we went out to a club. I don't remember any of that. I just remember the limo, and then I don't remember the club at all. At all. Like at all.
We
Do
went to a
you?
club. I
Well,
remember the limo. I do. I remember the club because I was
I remember the limo, but I don't remember the club whatsoever.
And then we got to talk about the biggest suite I've ever been in a hotel in my life, the Encore, largest suite you could get. And I videotaped it, but I deleted the videotape when I had a baby the other
Why?
day. I know.
Why?
I wish I had it because it was so giant and wild. Like you
And
said,
I
we had
said, hey,
ample
hey,
room.
hey.
Yeah, I know. We had our own spa. We had our own bar. I was
Wait,
doubling
wait.
$100
You
in
didn't
champagne.
wait, you skipped a massive step.
No, say it
He
all.
was he was nice enough to he was respectful of us, that he gave us another suite that was across the way, which was, we didn't even know that, like, we thought our even our room was nice. And then we thought our room was haunted because, do you remember that?
Yes, but
And then
that's right. He got two suites at the
he
Encore in
got two
Vegas.
suites. Right. So
Yeah,
one for us and one for him. But then the next day, first of all, well, Steph and I, oh my God, well, that was weird. I still don't know to this day what happened, because we thought, I don't know, room service came, but that was weird because, like, we're like, why is everything like
you
different?
woke up with the
And
lemon.
well, that's not yet, not
Okay.
yet. Do you remember? Then he slipped us a note saying girls had to go back to LA everything on me, including the presidential suite across the way. And what did Steph and I do? We jumped like was it a Vegas vacation on the fucking bed. We're like, what?
It was so sick.
So not only had one room. So yeah, tell them how the room like. So what our room was directly across from the presidential suite.
Yeah,
We
so we had the
didn't
whole
know he
presidential
had
suite at the
it.
Encore and then his card on file. So I called down. I ordered like 15 lobsters. I had 15
There's no one
lobsters.
there. So he's gone.
Nobody.
He's gone. He says, girls, anything you want, leave up. This is the note that he had slipped underneath our room because he wanted to be respectful of it. Whatever. He had a wife too. So,
Well, we
anyway.
weren't about to put out, but if you want to fly me,
No,
to
we
Vegas
were
and
not. No.
I'll hang out with you, and you can take me to a club in your limo. But then I'm gonna go with my girlfriend and go to bed. So
and then correct, and then you and I were like, let's open this door up and see. And then we opened this door up. Oh my God. It was like
cool.
when I saw, do you remember that the bathroom? The bathroom was like oh my God.
All marble.
It was 2-story ceilings, and we had a bar. But when I say bar, we're not talking mini bar. I'm talking like a bar that's bigger than any bar you even go into a restaurant and see. Not with little mini bottles. We're talking magnum fucking bottles of like Sky. I mean, every type of tequila, everything.
We were just dumping them. I was dumping them on. I had a grill. I had a fake grill, and I was dumping them all over me.
Oh my God, I remember that.
I don't know why I spent $100 on a grill. I thought I was ghetto. And then I ordered a bottle of Ace of Spades champagne, and I barely drank half of it, spilled all over me. I'm pouring it all over my tits, and it's running down. And in the video that we made, and then I'm just chugging Ace of Spades on his tab. Ordered all the 15 lobsters. I've eaten those, dipping in butter. We go out, we meet a bunch of random guys, bring them back. That was your thing.
And you were like, it's a Fox News correspondent. I was like, what the fuck are you? You're like, I don't know. You're like, but it's fun.
I was up having a time of my life.
Oh my God. And then also we had a spa room. So we forgot to mention that we had a spa room. I mean, this room was like we ordered massages.
Yeah.
We had a spa room. I don't even think I got a massage. Did I get a massage? I got one.
I was about to leave a 20 on my chest and be like, can you finish me? But
did I ever tell you how much we racked up on that bill?
No, like how much? Because we ordered so much food and champagne and shit.
Chad goes, how the also wait. You forgot to mention Cascade was playing at our pool at our suite. And then you're like, let's get a fucking table. They're like, it's $5,000. You're like, put it on the card. They're like, we need the actual card. And you're like, fuck that. And we're like, we stay here. Yeah. Oh my God. That was so funny.
Wait, what was the total though? Did you figure out what the
total wait. And you and I walking. Yes, I do. I'll tell you the total. And remember, we only spent 2 nights, right? 2 nights, 3 days, right? But do you remember we were walking in our robes? You were just putting the robes on, walking in the lobby where everyone's gambling.
Yeah.
Just like walking. And then I see my friend from Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, and he's there. And he was like, did I just see you walk by with like another blonde? Because you're a blonde then.
Yeah.
And were you guys wearing robes? And I was like, what? Like, how did you even know that it was me? Like, I met this dude like years prior, like 2006 or something, and then he sees us walking with robes in the Encore Hotel.
Remember my buddy Trey from Montana was there, and I invited him up to the room. He's really tall, bald guy. And it's so random. This guy, Trey.
You invited so many random people to the room. I had no idea.
But he was my grandmother's ranch hand that worked on my grandmother's ranch in Montana. And he happens to be a fucking bouncer in Vegas. And so I told him, hey, do you want to come up? We were just friends. He was like, yeah. And so I got him food because he used to take care of my grandma a long time ago. And so that was this fun, most random. But then we got to talk. Okay, so I did some naughty things. I may have dabbled in some drinking and some wild shit. And I felt like we got major flight anxiety on the ride home. Like you and I
didn't even talk about the lemon vagina.
So you woke up. I didn't know if you wanted to fully with a lemon. It was cut right in your vagina, but it wasn't a whole lemon.
it was like okay, so the place
How
that
did
Steph
the
and I
lemon
stayed
get in
at,
your vagina though?
that's what I don't fucking know. To this day, I don't know. So like,
Wow.
so
It was a ghost. It
you
was
didn't
fun.
even. Well, no, that other room was haunted. The one that
Yeah.
he initially gave us was haunted.
Yeah.
This one, well, actually, that was weird. Well, how many people did you have over? Because I always passed out early.
I know my friend Ian from college and Trey, and then
But
they
I
had
highly
friends
doubt they
too.
would have like. But it wasn't just like so. It was a sliced lemon. It wasn't like it. It was like. Can I face this here? It was
Yeah.
like like right here. You know. And
I
I
like
was
lemon in my
like,
water. Does someone like want lemon in their vag? And then they were like,
no,
"This is
but it
healthy."
had like it. Do you remember? Oh, I'm not even gonna
What?
say anything. Okay,
No,
you
it's
could edit this
okay.
one. You could edit this part out. Do you remember when someone like this could be a different story, but
Yeah.
someone wrote their number and stuck it in their vagina, and I found the
Yeah.
card the next day inside of my
Yeah.
vagina.
Yeah. That's hot. That's game. That
I
is
don't know.
game. You wake up
That
with a
was
business
weird.
card in your pussy and you're like, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna
No, the
call
first
you.
thing was the lemon because a
Yeah.
business card's like less than a tampon, so like I whatever. But the lemon was sliced, and it was like I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
What is
they're
on
funny.
me? And then you're you're like, whatever. Let's order lobster for breakfast.
Yeah, I wanted lobster for dinner, lobster for breakfast. I kept ordering lobsters
And
on
you
lobsters
kept
on
learning
lobsters.
lobster. They were like, how is your lobster? Do you remember when you took also like the ashtray? You're just like dumping it out.
Dump in the
At the end of
ashtray.
this conversation, I'm gonna tell you how much
I
Chad told us
smoked a
that we
lot of
spent.
cigarettes. I ordered a lot of cigarettes to the
Yeah,
room. I don't
yeah,
even
yeah,
know if
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
smoking room. I was like cigarettes,
We weren't.
cigars, lobster, massages.
It was
I had a
Stephanie
lot of
kept
hot guys.
ordering room lobster. And so like room service lobster. So these people literally had like we're on like the 67th floor or something like that, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Like the
the very
67th
top of
floor.
the encore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. At the Encore, it was just as a sister of the wind. And
yeah.
then Cascades there, like we had no idea all this like and we have two rooms too, apparently. And
It
then
was so
oh my God.
But
Oh
okay,
my
so
God.
then we got to talk about the flight. Like we freaked everyone out. So we had anxiety, or I had
Okay.
anxiety for sure because we didn't sleep a lot. We just partied our faces off the whole weekend. So then we have a free flight home back just from Vegas to LA. It's a short flight. It's not a long flight. There's
Very short flight.
some
35-minute
turbulence.
flight.
It's not bad at all. But like
No,
we
no,
get
no, no.
on.
When we get into the flight, it's United. So United's freighted. So we don't like United. So
Yeah.
Stephanie and I, we go in there and then like nothing's like working. And like you and I have like this weird intuition together. And we
Yeah.
were like, let's like it's gonna crash. Like we
We
both
were
said
feeding
it
each other's
too.
anxiety. Like the screen
But
wasn't
like
working. We're like, it's gonna go down. Yeah, it's gonna go down.
and I felt that way because like I remember like even the tray table like fell down. Like I was like why does it keep falling down? And I was like, let's get the fuck out of here.
I just remember I took my bra off because I couldn't breathe. I was having like a panic
Wait,
attack and I hadn't had one on a
wait,
plane. So I like I
wait.
undid my bra through my shirt and like threw it. And then you said
Was that
I took my
wait,
hair extension.
was that on the flight? So anyway, they
Yeah.
people are so weird about if you wanna leave on your own terms and you wanna get off of the flight.
But the
They're
airplane's like
really weird.
backing up
They're
from the
really
runway.
weird about it.
They
They're
are,
like
but
so mean.
it's a free country. We paid for the guy paid for these flights, but
Right.
we're backing up
We're
from
like,
the
let's just
runway.
go.
I take my bra off because I feel like I can't breathe. I'm having, and then you said I took my extensions out and they were clipping. So
At
I like
Burger
pulled,
King. At
I
Burger
pulled
King.
all the extensions. I'm freaking out, dude. I'm tripping out.
You're like,
And you said people wanted us off the flight because obviously I'm tripping out. We were annoying as
no, we
shit.
both were tripping out. But
Yeah.
it's like, why? That's our like freedom. Like, why can't we just left that flight? Like, why did everybody have to like yell at us? Like, so we tell them what happened after. We ended
We're
up
like,
having a.
we hopped off the flight. The flight is going. It's like revving the engines up to take off. And we're like, it's gonna go down. We gotta get out. We're like the chick that was just on the news because they were like, that person in the back is evil. I saw her and I'm like, that was us. We're like, we can't do this. The flight's gonna go down. We have to get off. And they let us out on the fucking landing strip of the airport. And we got off the airplane and we
People
fucking
were
had
so
escorts.
mad at us. They were so
Yes.
mad at us. They were so mad at us. We were like, whatever. You guys go down. We're not going down with
We're not
you.
going
So
down. But
fuck
guess
you.
what,
Yeah.
guys? The motherfucking flight landed just fine. It's called
They did.
drinking and drug
They
use.
did. They did. They did. They
So
landed just fine. But
I
that's
had to
like
go rent a fucking car. I don't think I'm
that.
25. So I had to have my mom co-sign over the phone to rent a fucking car to drive us back in this shitty ass car
This
to
is
LA.
my favorite part. Oh my
And like
God.
you were like, Steph, can you like go or something? And I had my foot all the way down and it like maxed out at 60 miles per hour. It was such a shitty car.
No. Oh, wait, I actually wrote it right here.
Yeah.
I guess. Come on, man. Like there's like these massive like trucks, like Kroger, like fucking grocery like trucks that are coming to pass us. And they're passing us. And I'm like, Steph, we're in this like small, like, what was it? Like a Honda, something? I don't know. I don't remember the car. What did we have? I don't remember.
It was a poor man's car. It was shitty.
It was just, yeah, it was. It was just a adorable car. But when we're going up that hill and like, it like Nevada, and I'm like, Steph, why don't you just floor the car? She's like, no, I'm pressing
all the way down.
You're like, I'm pressing it all the fucking way down. And we're like, put. Trucks are like, fuck you. We're like, we can't do
I
anything.
can't go any faster. I had my shitty rental because we jumped off a flight that we thought was going down that landed just fine.
Hey, you know what though? You know what though? I'm glad we actually got that rental car because I felt the same way.
No,
But
me before the plot. We got it home to Malibu just safe. We got to Pacific Palisades. Yeah. We
finally, even though we have no home there anymore.
I know.
So,
I know. Crazy that it all burnt up and there's riots in LA. LA right now is just so scary. I mean, and DC. There's just a lot going on.
It's not just DC. It's actually everywhere right now. Like everywhere. Yeah. There's like 2,000 protests that are going on. Anti like what's
King's
it called?
Day.
King's Day, yeah, correct.
It's so weird. I just don't. I'm like, I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna stay in and drink wine and podcast.
So, well, that's hey,
yeah,
I'm here all day because I don't want to go anywhere.
I don't like drama like that, you know.
No, not at all.
But dude, we have such. Thank you so much for letting me stay with you. Honestly, like that was so incredible. You were like, just move in with me.
I know, and then what about like when we told when I was
when
like
we kicked Leslie out?
Yeah, and I was like, I just don't want.
She wasn't contributing though. Like she wasn't fun. She wasn't buying food.
That's exactly what we both said that too. We were like, I remember exactly where I was too. I remember I was at the was it Vaughn's?
Yeah.
Where Point Doom Club was. Like I remember specifically or maybe it was Ralph's in Malibu. And I remember getting the and I was like, just tell her something. I was like, because she's such a Debbie Downer.
She is. She was a vibe killer.
So
I heard Duke's closed down too. The Duke's, the taco place we loved. I heard it closed down.
Shut up.
Yeah. I love that place.
You know, 2.5 Men based that place all off of it, and so did
I didn't even know that.
2.5 Men, like remember the TV show
with Charlie Sheen.
When they go to that place, it's based on Duke's. Okay. $2. Oh my God, $2 taco. Oh my God, their fish tacos.
Their tacos were so good, and there'd be like hella famous people that would just jump in.
Yeah, you know? And it was just like no one cared. That was the thing. No. It's like we all lived like
where everyone was living. Like I met Simon Rex and Dirt Nasty and Mickey Avalon at Duke's. Like everyone was
so Peter goes to me, "What? I'm playing Mickey Avalon because I thought you and Stephanie would like whatever." And I was like, "Okay."
I do. It's good. It's LA times, right? Like if you're in LA, it's a vibe. You feel
whatever happened to him. Is he like still around?
He's alive. He came by when I was working at. He is, which is shocking. A lot of us that were alive is pretty incredible.
Right.
Mickey came by one of my radio stations in Austin, Texas, when I was there for a year at 101X, and we did an interview, and he was really cool. And Simon Rex got me in the coolest party I've ever been into in LA with like Leonardo DiCaprio and Jersey Shore and Lindsay Lohan.
He's hot. He's hot.
He doesn't age too. That guy doesn't age. He freaking looks so
Really?
good. Yeah,
Hey, have
it's
you ever gotten Botox? I haven't yet. Like, I've
I
gotten Jupiter,
haven't.
but like, I want to get Botox like
I'm
really
not
bad.
against it. It's just like
I'm not
I'm
against it either.
yeah.
I've never had it, and also I don't feel like spending $400. I'd rather buy bathing suits or something.
Yeah. It's like I got kids, they're expensive, they eat a lot, so I'd rather not,
That's right. You have two
spend it on
kids.
Botox. But dude, thank you so much for coming by the podcast. I love you and you fucking
I have
rock.
one more question though for
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
Who is the most famous person that you've met in LA? And I'll tell you mine.
Okay, and that's hard because
Most famous that
I
you've
would
hung
say
out with.
well known was Paris Hilton through Joe Francis, the creator of Girls Gone Wild. But like in my metal industry, it was Joey Jordison from
You know,
Slipknot.
her brother crashed my car.
I remember that now. You said I forgot. Wait, who's the most famous person that you
That
kicked
I've
it with?
ever met.
Yeah,
Woody Harrelson.
nice.
Woody
Wait,
Harrelson.
was it Barron that crashed your car? Who?
Yeah, Barron crashed my car. But the
How?
most famous person so okay. So my car, my Mercedes, was in the shop at Beverly Hills, Mercedes Benz of Beverly Hills, and
Yeah,
they gave me a loaner. Remember, I had a CLK convertible, and my car was
yeah,
in the shop for like something like I don't know, maintenance or something like that. And so
yeah.
they gave me an E-Class, like brand new E-Class. And when I was living in like West Hollywood, or Hollywood rather, um, I my I woke up the next day and my keys were gone, and then
Barron took it out
I
for a
just
joyride and borrowed it.
I and took it to Malibu,
Okay.
and then hit somebody, a service worker that was working like at the gas station. And I know you know the 76 station. It's right off the canyon where oh my god. It's in
A lot of
Malibu.
hangover
The
drinks.
76 station. But like I was in with him. He and my girlfriend stole my keys while I was asleep. I wake up to the news saying that my car, my loaner car, not like what they gave me from
Your
Mercedes from Beverly
rental,
Hills, my
that Hilton
rental,
took and wrecked.
and they were like, Darian crashes his brand new Mercedes. I was like, that's my fucking car, idiot. Like, what are they talking about? Like, what?
Come on, news.
No,
Let's
no,
get it
yeah, get
right.
it right, TMZ. Let's get it right for once.
All of you. Okay, you got to come back on and we'll do another.
Oh, 100%.
We have so many stories
100%.
and we got to do a whole show of like
Yeah,
just the
I
people we've
want to
hung
know
out
how you
with.
crashed your Mercedes. I can't wait.
Oh my God, I've crashed two.
I know the one that you left. The one you
Yeah.
left.
What one time we're gonna say it disappeared. There was the yellow Mercedes disappeared, the first one.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, the yellow one, it went into outer space.
Yeah.